All right, what's up, everybody? What's up, Cheddarville? Welcome to the special Black Friday webinar. We're just pulling some stuff off here. Grant, can you see my screen, man?
Yes, sir.
How do I hide notes? My wife's been don't want to can't delete these kind of things, man. Hang
Already
on a
got
second,
30
guys.
people on here. That's cool. What's up,
What's that?
everybody?
All right, let's hide this in the back so you can see my screen. Let me do this. Can you see my screen, Grant?
Yes, I can.
All right, what's up, everybody? Man, this is the first and only webinar I think we've done. Is it all year? Is this like our annual Black Friday webinar?
Yeah, I don't recall doing one this year until now. So
We've done a lot
yeah,
of Facebook Lives and different technologies, but not a good old GoToWebinar. Hey, can you guys hear us? I see Gary Springs on. Good morning, good morning, good morning. We're going to give everyone like a minute. We're just forgive us for getting like a 2-minute late start today. We'll let you guys get in here and then we will hit the record button, Grant, and hopefully get a clean recording. So Benny says yes. If you're jumping in, here's my favorite part about webinars, guys, is we get to interact with you. So go ahead and drop in the chat where you're from. I'm always curious where you guys are from. And I don't know if you've been watching the post in the Cheddar group, Grant, people chiming in. I made that post like 3 weeks ago or a month maybe. And
yeah.
people are still dinging in from all over the country, mainly the U.S., like 99% U.S. here. But so let's see here. Yes, I can. Boulder, Colorado, Collinsville. So Benny, what's up? Welcome to the webinar. Ann, Collinsville, Illinois, local here. Jen from Texas, what's up? Hello, guys. Juan from Chicagoland. What's up, Juan? In my backyard, brother. It's snowing today, Grant, in Chicago. First real snow of the season, brother.
We're getting
Hey, can you
light
see
snow
me
out
right
here.
now? I can see you, G. Can you see me, man?
Yes, sir.
All right, cool. How do I get my presentation slides back? Hang on, guys. Oh man, there's Craig. We can't do that. Hang on here. Where's my
Craig here looking. He's here for
We're
some Black
back.
Friday, huh?
Craig's even in the Black Friday action. Even the private label guys are getting in on the action here. So cool. What's up, guys? Catherine from Cali, Joe from Oklahoma. What's up, guys? Benny, Springfield, Missouri, Ryan, Jamie from Mississippi, Paul from Cadillac, Michigan. Paul, you're the second person in the group that I know from Cadillac. Justin Trump, I believe, is from Cadillac. Grant, do you know that?
I didn't know that. I just know that Justin's crushing it with wholesale, and I got to get on the phone with him one of these days.
Justin's doing like 1,500,000. He did 1,500,000 this year in wholesale stuff. He's doing some really cool stuff. New Jersey, snowing like crazy. All right. Cool. Well, Grant, we got a lot of ground to cover, man. I'm excited for our morning webinar. I'm Gabe Strum. If you're brand new to the group, hello, good to meet you. Joined by my co-partner, co-founder of OA Cheddar, really the genius behind our lead strategy and what has become the OA Cheddar list and now list and community. And Grant, I'm also excited today. Let me, I'll go ahead and hit recording, but we hit 500 members in the group, brother, yesterday also. So that's very exciting, man. How are you doing today?
I'm doing really good. Thanks for the accolade. We've got a great team, so it's pretty awesome. We got a lot of people working hard for this right now. We're excited to present it for you guys.
Yeah, we do have an awesome team. We're going to talk about that team. So if you guys are ready, let's go ahead and get started, Grant. Let me find, let me do my one job, guys, of recording this. And where is okay, it is recording. All right, Grant, I'm going to go ahead and just like start and then we'll like edit it and clip it right here.
Yo.
You ready to rock, man?
I'm ready.
All righty. All right, well, welcome everyone to the official OA Cheddar Black Friday, pre-Black Friday, I should say, webinar. We call this the Super Simple Sellers Schedule and Strategy Guide. Okay, say that 5 times fast. That's like, we wanted to keep this simple. We really wanted to make a quick training and a guide for you guys to give you a reference for Black Friday. What are the dates? What's the schedule? What's the strategy you need to implement this? And how do you do this on a time-effective manner? And Grant, you guys are king at being efficient with your time. We almost called this the lazy man's guide to selling on Black Friday and Cyber Monday. So Grant, you want to give us a 30-second teaser of what we're going to learn today?
Yeah, 30-second teaser is Black Friday really is a simple thing, right? It's not that complicated. Preparation, right? There's a couple key things, right? Preparation is like number one, right? You go into it, you're ready to go. right? You know what you're doing. You're not going to stores and scanning stuff. That's like not going to make any sense, right?
Preparation is key in the strategy.
Preparation is key. And then the other thing is being first, right? Being there fast, being quick. So not only do you want to be the first to, the sales and get the stuff you want before it's gone, right? Because it will run out, it will go out of stock. But you also want to be very quick about how you flip the product, right? So if you're doing the merchant fulfill stuff, that's going to be a fast turn. But if you're doing the FBA thing, you better get your product out the door and on the way, or you're going to be late to the market, and the price will dive on you even in the middle of December on these types of things.
Got it. So key 1, preparation. Key 2, be first. So be ready to act. We're going to talk a lot today about taking action, and this is a strategy that requires you to take action. So if you're one of those entrepreneurs, you're in the right place. Grant, let me edify you real quick, man, before we dive in. You've been selling on Amazon for several years now, 3-4 years. You guys are 7-figure sellers. You've built a 7-figure RA, OA business, and you have a small and mighty team yourself. You've got your brother Taylor, who does sourcing with you. You have a good friend Chuck, who works in the garage doing pack and prep. Your beautiful wife Ashley works with you, does books and some account management stuff, and then you develop new sourcing systems and also run the Cheddar business. So you're a very busy man. You ready to get started, man? I just wanted to edify you because you know this stuff. You guys live this stuff. You've made a full-time income now for several years. If you guys don't know Grant's backstory, Grant actually used to be a plumber back in the day, and he asked himself a question. I don't know. I'd be curious to hear that story one day, but there's got to be a better way to make some money. So he looked to the internets and found this thing called Amazon and started selling products on Amazon. And you've turned your blue-collar work ethic from your plumbing days into a thriving and growing business. And we're like right at prime season here this year. So this is like your mojo, man. So I appreciate you putting this guide together.
Yeah, absolutely. It's my pleasure. And thanks for being on the call, you guys, to watch this recording or this presentation. It's going to be short and sweet, right? Nothing fancy here. No crazy in depth. This is literally the super simple seller's strategy schedule and strategy guide. So I'm ready to dive in.
All right, let's do it. Let's get this train rolling here. There we go. All right, first thing, man, the schedule. A lot of people think Black Friday. Here we are today is the November 15th. If you're watching this, maybe the 16th by the time you see the recording. 16th is tomorrow. That's a week from Black Friday. And Grant, a lot of sellers say, how do I sell on Black Friday? You actually back it up a pre-sale. So walk us through the week, man. We're doing a special training call on Tuesday, the 20th. For those of you that decide, we do have an offer at the end of the presentation. Obviously, it's Black Friday. We're OA Cheddar. OA Cheddar has to have a Black Friday special. So we'll have that option at the end of the webinar, full transparency. We're going to do a special training call for some of you guys that decide to move forward with us on the 20th. But Grant, what happens on the 21st? What's this pre-Black Friday? Like, walk us through the week as you guys prep for this.
Sure. Yeah, I mean, that's the first thing, right? You call it Black Friday week, and I think that's important to note. Like, people forget, newbies when they're coming to the market for the first time, they don't realize that Black Friday isn't just Black Friday and Cyber Monday. It's actually like a whole event, right? A whole week-long event. So pre-sale starts, first of all, just so you know, like probably the hottest stores, 2 hottest stores for Black Friday, in my opinion, in terms of like retail arbitrage, and really probably online arbitrage too. It doesn't mean that we're limited to these, but that's going to be Walmart and Target, right? They're the biggest brands. Okay. They're giving out the biggest deals, and they like to do the pre-sale, right? They like the pre-Black Friday stuff. So online, right, you're going to see, and you got here November 21st, pre-Black Friday online. So what's going to happen is Walmart, and on the next slide, we'll give you some specifics, and then obviously you can do some more research on your own, or maybe we'll spoon feed you some of that data. But they're going to open up the online stores, the online sales for Black Friday, and you can start purchasing your Black Friday inventory from the internet on the 21st, which is a great thing because you could get 2 to 3 day shipping probably from those major corporations and have it ready to ship maybe even by Friday if you're lucky. That could be a little, pushing it, but maybe by Monday you could get it out the door. The 22nd is kind of Black Thursday, right? As we know, the sales from the pre-sale are probably still going on, although the online stores are going to go out of stock, right? So you got to be fast on the 21st, right? So as soon as those doors open. But then on Black Thursday, right, we have things that's Thanksgiving Day, and that's when the retail stores start to open their doors, especially, the big dogs like Walmart and Target are going to open Thursday night, and you can run in and get your goods from the physical store. Black Friday is the obvious, right? Get your butt there early in the morning if you're going to do it. If you're there after 10 a.m., probably going to be too late. And then we have Cyber Monday on the following week on Monday.
Okay.
So pretty basic.
So that's a mouthful what you went through. I want to. There's a combination of retail arbitrage at the store for those of you. There's a lot of sellers, Grant, I've noticed that do mostly OA throughout the year, and this is the one time a year they get back in the field and do retail arbitrage. And this is still a big part of your business. So if you're a hustler, this is a good opportunity to make some money. I know Devin Motti makes a killing doing this every single year, just busting out and being. And I know he does a lot of the stores you just mentioned, Walmart and Target. So 21st. OA, 22nd is Thanksgiving Day, RA, and 23rd Black Friday and Cyber Monday. So we're going to walk through each of these and go through it. So cool, man. Well, walk us through the super strategy. First thing I want to ask with sourcing is all the stuff you guys do FBA, or do you guys do you got some FBN stuff here? Like how do you know what to do, seller fulfilled or merchant fulfilled?
Yeah, so I mean that's the thing. Like if you're gonna this strategy right here is the video game strategy, right? We've seen Devin teach it. We know it. I don't think Devin was the first one to do it in the world, right? So he probably learned it from somewhere else. But the video game strategy, doing merchant fulfill, is really probably one of the easiest strategies to capitalize during really the Black Friday, getting into the stores, grabbing the physical product, listing it while you're walking out the store if you really want, or in the parking lot. You could be listing these items in your store and selling them on your way to the next store, on your way home, or whatever you're doing. So what here? Let me just explain this strategy real quick. The FBA thing is a little different. So why, right? Video games is an unrestricted category, right? Everybody can do it. Turn your time into money fast, right? You can list and sell, get the games on your store as soon as you have possession. You can even do it during checkout, like I said, right? Your funds are applied to your very next payout. So you get your inventory, you list it, you sell it, you ship it, boom, it's on your next payout. You get a big paycheck, early December, hopefully. Mine would be the December 5th, right? And you could go in and pound out some more inventory through the early December month, okay? You're early to market, you sell, and you get the heck out of there before, the crazy happens, right? Because if you're doing merchant fulfill video games, you can, and trust me, guys, I've done this before. Devin gave me a whole bunch of video game leads for Black Friday a couple of years ago, and I went into one store. I was like, I'm gonna do Black Friday this year. So I went into one store. I walked out with 2 full grocery bags of video games, right? And I FBA'd them, right? I actually did send them into FBA because I was like, I'm not going to do that merchant fulfill stuff. Like that's too much work. And to be honest with you, overall, I made money, right? So I think when you're buying a video game that's normally $60 and you're buying it for, less than $30, there is a really good opportunity in that December month to make money, even as an FBA seller. So don't discount that option. Okay. Maybe look at the data and decide, is this video game best if I sell it via merchant fulfill? Or can I get away with sending it into FBA? And you might just decide to list them all merchant fulfill, you guys. Buy yourself some envelopes from Amazon.com, 6x9 envelopes. You slip the video game in there. It costs like $3 to ship to your customer, maybe less, honestly. And that's how you get it done. And you could be making, here we got. So what's the what, right? You stick with low BSR rank of 250 or less. Yeah, maybe there's a little play in there, right? You could play around with the 3 to 4, huh?
Yeah, so you're talking this strategy, this in-out strategy is good for super low-ranking video games. So these are the primo, like the hot games of the season.
Yes, and that's what these video games are. This is this year's video games that the Walmart or Target or whoever has decided to discount significantly. Like they're cutting prices in half, essentially, right? Okay. So you buy a video game that sells for roughly close to 60. Let's say it's 50 plus or whatever, but you buy it for 30. Amazon takes their cut. Even if you're selling it for $45 to $50, you're still making $5 to $8 profit, right? Okay. And we know we've seen this happen in our community in the past. We've seen it happen all over. But here's an example: if you take 250 video games and you make an average of, let's say, $8 profit each, right? Some games you might make $12, $13 a piece on them, right? That'd be $2,000 net, right? Just with 250 video games. And you guys, the cool thing about video games is you can walk into like a Walmart. And don't be surprised if there's 10 copies. It doesn't mean they're going to let you get them all, but they might. I mean, I remember 2 years when I did, I was just like, I'll take all 5 of those, all 7 of those, and I had a cart probably, that full, as I was walking to the front. It was slightly embarrassing. I think Devin might encourage you to cover those things up with something else, you know, to kind of go be incognito or something.
Okay.
But anyway, so yeah, that's basically it. The cons is merchant fulfill is more work than FBA.
Right. So yeah, I just asked the chat, how many of you guys on the webinar now live, how many of you guys have done merchant fulfilled, or have you mainly done FBA? And I'm just kind of curious. Dump that in the chats. Jen says, I have not and do not know how to do FBM. So this strategy, Grant, this is a freebie. I mean, you just laid out a plan for how to generate an extra $2,000 in profits by doing lightweight video games. They're ungated. If someone's never done merchant fulfilled, Grant, can you talk briefly? I know you have Charles he works in your garage who does all your prep, but you mentioned just buying envelopes. How easy is it to do merchant fulfilled? Because I think some sellers skip the strategy because they're too lazy. We get spoiled by FBA. So do you want to walk through real quickly what that is? And this is, again, we got some other strategies to lay through. This is the first this is a fast way. We wanted to give you right up front an easy way to make an extra $2,000 and just give this to you guys. So this is all retail arbitrage. And Grant, are you talking about this strategy on Wednesday, Thursday, or Friday of Black Friday week? When is this a good time to do this?
Thursday night and Friday morning is probably going to be your best retail arbitrage opportunity. And you may find that you can buy more inventory that way because you can go to multiple stores.
Okay.
You know, you can make multiple orders. You know, if one store is only going to let you buy 2 copies, but you go to 10 stores, right, and you have access to 10 stores, that's 20 copies. Whereas online, you might be restricted, and then you can only buy so many.
Right. That's the benefit of retail arbitrage for those of you that do the work and will get out, is it's regional, and once it's gone, it's gone. So so this is like the hardcore Black Friday. If you want to get your hands dirty, go make a couple grand. I mean, basically go make your Christmas gift money. Here's an easy way to do it. You got to do a little work. You got a merchant fill. We're talking CDs though, so it's lightweight. Throw it in the envelope, zip it up, send it to your customer basically. So you're just doing the fulfillment. So real quick, Gary says just FBA. Jeff Vaca says both. Don says both. Cliff says both. So we got a kind of a mix. Ann says FBA so far. So some of you guys have done this, haven't you? Once. Some of you haven't. So Grant, one question from Catherine. She asked, are there any saturation issues with video games? Like, are there any? This is a very competitive space. There's a lot of competition. So. How do you guys deal with saturation and competition with super low-ranking products like this?
Well, in this situation, because Black Friday is such a high-profile thing, right? Everybody's keying in on it, and so yes, there is saturation issues, especially if you're shipping into FBA, right? This is where this video game merchant fulfill strategy really shines, because it allows you to be to market basically first, right?
Like if you're getting it listed before, forgive me for cutting you off. I know we got a lot of ground to cover. You're listing it first before the FBA people. They won't even be on Amazon for another week to 10 days, basically.
Absolutely.
So you're ahead of this. You're squeezing. It's an in and out, high risk. This is like the flip of the Amazon world. You're flipping inventory real fast, and you're doing some work for it. So, go ahead, Grant.
I want to throw something out. This is a tip that I think is going to be important because some of you are going to buy this list, or you're going to, go try the strategy on your own or whatever. I want to give you just a quick tip. If you see Amazon as your competitor at the time of purchase during Black Friday, just understand that Amazon likes to price match, right? They're not going to let Walmart or Target beat them, right? So if it's sale time, right, and you're seeing that Amazon selling a $60 game, you could tell when they came into market it was 60 or more, and they're down to 29. Just understand that that's going to probably bounce right back up as soon as the holiday selling season or Black Friday season is over. So don't let that deter you. The other thing I want to throw out there is if you're paying an average of $25 per game and you do buy 250 and you want to make this $2,000, you got to be prepared to spend about $6,250, right? That's if the cost of game is average $25.
Okay, you lost me a little bit in the numbers there, but that's okay.
Just be prepared to spend some money, right? If you want to make $2,000 on video games, be prepared to spend $6,000 or more.
Okay, so you guys will go walk into a store and you guys will spend $6,000. What last question on this, and then I want to move on because we have some other strategies too. The whole thing with Target, man. Like we find Target's a big part of our Black Friday strategy. Walmart, Target, there's a bunch of other stores as well. How do you guys deal with the whole reseller? Let's just call it what it is, man. The reseller hate, man. Why Target gotta be hating on us resellers, people? We need to make a stand, put a flag in the ground. So they're weird about it, and it used to be way more cool where you could say, like in most stores, we just say, hey, we're resellers. It's open. How do you guys handle Target, man?
Well, I mean, that's a tough one, right? You go in there, you try not to buy,
right?
Try to be discreet, right? If you want to buy 10, maybe only ask for 2, right? And if they start to question you, just be aware of that's probably why, right? They're starting to interview you to figure out who you are and what you're doing. Maybe it's time to get what you have and get the heck out, go to the next target, okay? So what I would do with my target strategy would be kind of like, wide and shallow, if we will, right? So go to multiple targets. Don't go too deep. You can try, right? But if they ask you to leave, don't be offended, right? They have a big old poster board at some of these stores that have a big old display on it and telling them, oh, this is exactly what to look for a reseller, right?
Yeah, they have training, guys. They have training against us, so we need training against them. That's what these
That's
webinars.
Right.
That's what this webinar is about. Listen, get fired up, man. You got to protect the people. Hey, so there's a couple ways to do this. A lot of other stores are way cooler. Walmart's way cooler. You guys are cleaning out Walmart's left and right still. I know there's I saw a lot of people in the group still do Walmart. I mean, I know a lot of sellers also are like looking for the secret stuff. There's products everywhere. Real quick though, Dawn had a great tip in chat, Grant, and this is a good strategy to be even faster. And she said to make your merchant fulfilled. Some of you guys were asking MFN, merchant fulfilled, should say merchant fulfilled, not seller fulfilling, same thing. So make your merchant fulfilled listing before you head out, and then make sure your shipping settings are correct, and then set inventory to 0. Add quantities when you purchase. So she's creating the merchant fulfilled listing beforehand, just setting her merchant qualities to 0, and then when you have customers, obviously you've got to print out. And basically, real quick, Grant, how do you do that? Can you just give me the, like I said, real cliff notes on how you guys do merchant fulfilled?
Well, first of all, thank you for that tip. I think that was premium right there. Right? That's genius, right? Just the more preparation you can have, the better. What we basically do, right? You list your item, right? You tell Amazon, I want merchant fulfill. I'll ship it myself, right? It goes in there, and like Dawn said, go ahead and drop. Let's say you buy 2 or 3 units. Put your, add your inventory to your units. As soon as that item sells, you can go into your pending orders, right? And in fact, it'll show in the top left of your dashboard on Seller Central that you have orders to ship. You can click on that, and you can just purchase the shipping USPS, right? USPS envelope, right? And you can purchase the shipping right off of Amazon.com. You give them the weight, the dimensions of your envelope, right? And if you're not paying less than $3 or maybe at the most $3.50, you're doing it wrong. Okay, so if that does happen, you need to ask some questions and get clarification. But that's it, right? Then you print your label, right off of the Amazon or off of Seller Central. You print your label. You can use a Dymo, or you can use a laser printer, right? You slap it on the envelope and you drop it in a blue box somewhere.
So high level, I just made a note, Grant. Maybe we'll have you or Charles circle back. We'll do a little tutorial for the group later, just for those of you. We can add that to our YouTube channel for those of you that want to do this. Most of you guys know how to do this already. The key thing is you can just use UPS's shipping. You said USPS or UPS?
USPS, and I want to throw this out here too while we're talking about this. I didn't do merchant fulfill, you guys, for a long time because I was afraid too. It was mainly because I had never done it before. It wasn't because it was hard. Once I did it once, I was like, why am I being such a wimp, right? Like, why am I being so afraid to buy, to try something new, so simple, right? So if you've never done merchant fulfill before, just buy something and list it and go through the process and get it over with. So you know how to do it, and you can have fun this season.
Yeah. Ladies and gentlemen, Grant Dunn is wound up this morning. He must have been drinking coffee.
Dude, I had my smart coffee, yo. That stuff gets me jacked up.
Grant's jacked up, and it's Black Friday. If you guys are excited, I'm reading your chat comments here. So Gary says, great tip. I agree. That's the value of a community like we have. We can benefit each other. Yeah, good feedback, Grant. So let's see here. Cool. Gary's question, last one. Have you used tax exempt in stores when you're shopping at Walmart? Do you use your reseller certificate when you're doing RA?
Yeah. So with Walmart, you just go to the customer service, you show them your tax exempt certificate, and they're going to give you a little card with a number on it. And then when you're going through the checkout, just make sure that you give them that card before they start scanning stuff in. Otherwise, you'll have to start all over. I've had to do that with $2,000, $3,000 orders. It's super annoying when everything's backed up. So give them the card, they punch in the number, and then at the end of the transaction, you'll sign. This is at Walmart. You'll sign for the tax exempt on the little computer, and then sign for your credit card and be done. Tax-free.
So I wrote that down too. We'll add that to our mini course too. So let's get going, man. We got some other stuffs to talk
Yes.
about. There we go. I'm still learning how to do this. The need for speed, man. So all this whole Black Friday week, guys, if you guys haven't picked this up already, things sell quickly online and in stores. So the whole key, the early bird gets the worm in this whole game. So that's why we're prepping you guys now 8 days in advance. And we'll have another training call the week of Black Friday, and then another training call the week after Black Friday for those of you guys that take us up on our special Black Friday bundle this year. But this is the key. So Grant, you want to walk us through this stuff real quick?
Sure. Yeah, the need for speed. You guys check the website deals as soon as the sale starts, right? And we'll talk about kind of planning your action and stuff, but you should know when the sales are going to, where you're going to shop, what you're going to buy, and when those sales start, and be ready to go. So, on Wednesday, be ready to start purchasing on the 21st. Don't be surprised if the online sales start earlier than advertised, right? If they say they're going to open up the doors at, let's say, or open up the site's sales at 6 a.m., or excuse me, 6 p.m. or something on Wednesday, maybe start looking around 4 or 3 in the afternoon or even earlier, right? Because often you'll be surprised and the sale had already started prior to the promised time. Get to the stores ASAP, because after 10 a.m., so if you're doing the Black Friday stuff and going to do the retail arbitrage, if you're there after 10 a.m., you're too late, right? The wave has been, right? The Thursday night they came through, wiped out half of it, and then Friday morning, right, they're banging down the doors and running over people. So
it's sad. You guys, we live in America. I'm embarrassed. I'm embarrassed for us this time of year. I mean, we capitalize on it as entrepreneurs, but it is like, it's silly what happens. It's a wave, literally a wave of people. So, Grant, are the times all regional? Like, one of the keys to this strategy, guys, and I learned this from Devin Motti also. It's another plug for Devin. He's a legend in our industry. Yep. Planning your route, so saying, if you are going to do Black Friday and get up early, are all the stores, they open at different times? You can't just say 10 o'clock for all stores. Like, do you have to kind of plan your route and see which stores open when?
Yeah, I mean, if they're opening on Thursday, I mean, let's just be honest, that's the time to be there, right? It stinks because you want to spend time with your family, or you're in a turkey coma, but maybe prepare in that way too and be ready to get out Thursday. That's the best time. But like I said, if you're out after 10, regardless of what their schedule is, after 10 o'clock, it's over, right? Like, you're going to be picking up scraps at best, right? But mostly be empty shelves.
Yeah.
So.
Okay.
I think what you can do, right, and I think I have this on another slide, but I thought it came before this one, so I'm not sure if it got deleted or what. But make sure that you go to the store website, right? You can also just go on Google and search, Black Friday sales or Black Friday schedule Walmart, right? It'll take you either to, there'll be some options. You can go look at the website, Walmart.com, for example, or whatever store you're talking about. You could also, you'll see a lot of Black Friday sites out there that'll give you the whole rundown. This is what's going to go down, on Black Friday. So go read about it, right? Go take a little time. If we have other stores, you guys, that we're already building on. Kohl's is growing already. I'm looking at the actual sheet, not the fake one or the dummy one that you guys have. Best Buy is starting to build out. JCPenney's stuff is getting added. GameStop is getting added. Kmart is getting added. Probably none of those stores are going to be as powerful as Target and Walmart, but we're adding all of that data. This is going to be one complete list. We're pretty excited about it. So just be prepared. If we're not giving you the exact dates on, a certain store, the information is available for free on Google. So
yes, we'll get to that, man. We've had the team combing these lists, the early, we call them the leaks. Our team, right. Our Cheddar team, we pulled off a team on our Cheddar team. We have mini teams inside of the big team to exclusively work on the Black Friday stuff, and so they've been pulling data for you guys for about a week and a half now. So last tip, before you guys do this, financial, make sure your credit card is clear. So call your credit card company, call your debit card company, whatever you're using, and make sure you're authorized for spends that day. Last thing you want to do is be in line and have just hit up 3 Walmarts and have something silly happen. So let's keep going, Grant. The plan, this is kind of what you were talking about. When do I want to source? So do you want to do RA or just OA? And there's a lot of these strategies are OA. The list that we've prepared for you guys is a mixture of both. It'll kind of give you a choice. Where do you want to shop? What am I purchasing? Are you doing merchant fulfilled, FBA, or both? And so the key here, and this will help you guys write this down. This is a big life tip in general. Any of you guys that have been around any of my coaching groups or our coaching groups for the last couple of years is the power of putting things in writing. So just write down your plan. Are you going to do OA on Wednesday nights? Are you planning to go out on Thursday? Personally, I will be with my family. I will not be doing this strategy, and we've just chosen not to. Devin goes out every year and cleans out stores and does it. So if you guys have times to do that, it's great. But put it in writing. What are you going to source and what's your budget? This is a big, kind of a big piece. Grant, give us some perspective when you guys plan for a day like this. You guys are buying at a very high level, different level. How much are you guys spending each month on an average month, and how much will you guys spend this month on inventory?
Okay, so throughout the year, we were spending roughly $44,000 a month on inventory. So I'd give Taylor like an $11,000 weekly budget. Sometimes a little more. Right now, or actually leading up until about yesterday, really, we were spending easily 20 grand a week, because we basically doubled down, maybe a little bit more than doubled down on our store.
You guys have been going hand. You guys on behind the scenes, Grants, but you've been out in the field again this week, in the trenches, scanning stuff, picking up product with Taylor, right?
Taylor does the hard work, but when it's Q4 season and I can spend $5,000 a day with Taylor, it's so much fun. I have to go out.
You're out in the field. Yeah. I love it. Okay, so you guys are spending upwards of $20,000 a week, and what does that return you? I mean, you guys run a pretty. Do you mind sharing what your net margins are? Like
Sure. Net margins are always gross profit margin on my store after all of my Amazon fees has always been. Well, actually, it doesn't even matter about my Amazon fees, but my gross profit margin is usually around 20 to 24% profit margin. ROI is probably around 40 to 50%, depending on the month and the time of year.
Okay.
Right now, we're starting to average. I mean, I know this isn't the biggest store in the world, but I think we're starting to average about $4,000 a day now, and starting to approach $5,000 a day. My plan is, you guys, is a lot, even with this strategy and everything that we're kind of building up for, is to have probably the best 5 or 6 days of the year for my store between basically Thursday or Black Friday and the following Monday, Tuesday, especially Cyber Monday. That's going to be a big one.
Yeah, and Cyber Monday is when the OA stuff kicks in, and so we're going to talk about that briefly too. But yeah, this is when we say peak season, guys. That first week of the year, Black Friday, and then really every single week thereafter, leading right up to Christmas, you'll just see sales climb, and it builds momentum. So those of you guys that have been around the block, been around Q4 and Amazon, you know this. Some of you got new guys. This is the fun part. So cool. Grant, you mentioned 4,000 or 5,000 in sales a day or spend a day?
A day right now in sales.
Sales a day.
I think we're probably by the end of today, we're going to be looking at like a roughly around 115,000 30-day average, and I'm hoping to hit 100, just because this is fun to talk about for me. I don't get no one else in my life really cares except for you guys, right? I'm hoping to hit like 150 grand in both November and December. So the goal really is 300 grand between that 60-day period, really.
Okay. Cool, man. Cool. Well, how many of you guys, we made an easy button for you guys. And before we transition, I know a lot of you want to go out. We've been scanning things. How many of you guys would like to have what I call like the cheat codes to Black Friday and Cyber Monday? And we posted in the group a couple days ago if you guys would be interested in a Black Friday list. If we built one, we had a great response from that. So we immediately dedicated the team and resources to building a list. So I'm curious how many of you guys plan to go out and scan all of the list, or if you'd be interested in the shortcut, as we call it. So just type in yes in the chat box. I see Don's ready for it. Jeff says yes. Jen says yes. Benny says yes. Scott, you guys are heck yes from Gary Spring. So let's just cut right to the short. I want to save you guys time. All of the lists we make and all the programs and services we build for you guys are all designed around saving you valuable time, getting your time back so you can make more money and spend that time with your family. So if you guys want to, what we put together is a Black Friday, we call it the Black Friday bundle. And I'll just walk you through what this is. We call this the ultimate bundle. It's a combination of a Black Friday list, a Cyber Monday list, a Black Friday bonus list, As well, to make this even sweeter for you guys, we wanted to put in 2 coaching calls. So these will happen starting on next Tuesday, and these will be with Grant Dunn and Taylor, walking you through the details and really walking you through the Black Friday season. So today was meant to be a preview of the season of what's to come. The list is designed to save you time. And then the 2 group coaching calls, the first one will be on Tuesday, November 20th. At 2 p.m. Eastern. They're all 1 p.m. Central to keep it easy. And then the same post, that's pre-Black Friday, and then also post-Black Friday, we'll have a follow-up webinar on Tuesday, November 27th, which is I believe that's is that Thanksgiving week? I think that is. Gotta pull the calendar back up.
That is right after Cyber Monday.
Right after Cyber Monday. So we're having the second webinar, and we're calling this one the celebration webinar, to celebrate your wins and also to talk about next steps leading into the season. So if you guys have wanted an opportunity, and we get asked all the time for coaching, and all of our coaching programs have been closed. We have a couple different high-level programs that we open up once or twice a year. And so we said, hey, let's do something a little different this year, and let's open up our time to really pour into some people that want to have the best Q4 ever and glean, Grant, from your wisdom and what you guys have learned over the years. So this is easily, if we were to like package this up outside the community in a very conservative manner, this is easily a $1,500 package. We wanted to make it super easy, super affordable for you guys, and we made it a one-time investment of $499, which will get you all 3 lists: the Black Friday list, RA, OA list, and I'm going to show you guys a preview, the Cyber Monday list, and the Black Friday bonus list. These are extra OA buys, and we'll show you those, plus the coaching call. So fair warning, this list will get released on Friday, so you can't buy this right now, which is a sad face. We wanted to make this available for you, but we wanted to give everyone fair dibs on the bundle. So we're going to make it available this Friday, and we're going to limit this bundle and this list to 55 sellers like we do all of our lists. So there is a bonus, though. A special unannounced bonus, Grant, that I am very excited about. And this was an idea, a stroke of genius. Grant and I are 99% of the time, you guys, Grant and I are pretty much useless. Like, we're regular dudes. But that 1% of the time, we have really great ideas. And that's, creating the Cheddar was one of these. There was a problem in the marketplace. We had some clients that needed leads. We built the Cheddar. It's grown. And so we had an idea for a new group. This is kind of an inner circle, if you will, and we're calling it Black Chat. Okay. Now, Black Chat essentially is going to be a private Facebook chat. We've done this with some other coaching groups that we've run in the past. It's been very successful. And essentially, it gives you an opportunity to engage and be real-time live, talking with your peers, asking questions. If you're at a Walmart and you're not for sure if you should buy something, take a picture of it, post it into the Black Chat. If you find a great BOLO, in our industry, we call those be on the lookout. It's kind of like a little industry slang. If you find a good BOLO at your Walmart and you clean them out and you want to share that with Black Chat, you could take a picture of your find, post it right onto the Facebook private chat, and share it with your peers. So Grant, you're going to be in there. Taylor's going to be in there. One question we probably get, this is going to, it's like, how is this different than the Cheddar group? You can already ask questions in Cheddar, and Grant and Taylor are in there. So this is going to be a more intimate it's got a different culture in the chats we found. The group's a great place to post questions and to celebrate your wins. The chat's a really great place to have real-time conversations about what's happening. And we didn't want you to wait around and post in the group. And, if you're at a store, you need feedback instantly. So if we were to package this as a part of our other programs, this would be probably $200 to $500 a month for this type of access. We're calling it a $200 a month value, and you get it for free as part of our Black Friday bundle. In fact, you can't even buy this. We don't have this for sale anywhere publicly. So there's no other way to get into Black Chat other than to get the bundle. So Grant, this bonus is probably my favorite thing. I'm excited about this. I'm curious how many of you guys would be excited about Black Chat. This was a new idea that we had. And then we do have one other option. Grant, anything else you want to say about this, man?
I'm excited about Black Chat. You guys I don't have Facebook on my phone, if you don't know that already. So the only time I see Facebook or the group is when I'm at my computer and I'm not working on something else. And I do that because I have a family and I can't seem to not spend time on Facebook if I have it on my phone. So the Messenger app, though, because I do keep that on my phone and I want to be able to respond as timely as I possibly can, is on my phone. And the thing I can tell you about the Black Chat is I've talked to Taylor and obviously, Gabe and I have talked about it amongst each other. We're going to make sure that we're very responsive for this program. It's going to go all the way through the end of January, right? So not only are we going to help you out through the Black Friday week with the post call, right, the pre-call and the post call, where you're also going to be part of the chat room, right? And then we're going to be able to work with you and help you and kind of be part of your business in this format through all of December and all of January. So a lot of times, people don't. There's quite a bit of value and some stuff that I'm going to try to help you guys through. Some of you, especially if you're newer, or if this is your first Black Friday or your first Q4, or first even your second or third year. There's some things that I would want to impress on you, and we'll use this chat to do that, about how to really make sure that you protect your business, coming out of the end of the year, because there's no time like Q4. There's no time like the selling season, the December selling season. But after that, it changes a lot, and I want to make sure everybody's prepared for that. So,
yeah, man. So Don says, awesome bonus. We're excited about it too. We wanted to give you guys a tool and a resource, A, for accountability with your peers, B, a more intimate environment where you can ask, there's no such thing as dumb questions or celebrations. 3, it's real time. We wanted a real time tool where you can engage with people. Most everybody has Facebook Messenger, so that's easiest. And we wanted to give you a tool, most importantly, really like a rock, to transition your business into the new year. So Grant, you put this slide together. So we're running this from now, so that from November through December through January, because a lot of sellers and a lot of people think this is a big tip, that once Christmas hits, a lot of sellers, guys, big tip, pay attention to this part. If you're new, or even if you've been around the block for a couple of years, a lot of sellers quit and they take off about 2 weeks into December, 3 weeks into December. A lot of sellers take off, Grant, and there's a group of sellers that don't. Tell me real quick, Grant, what do you guys do through Christmas into January that's different?
Well, we dump everything, right? We get rid of it in December. We don't get caught with our pants down in January. That's as simple as that. And it's hard. It's really hard when you are investing your own money into inventory, and you're excited about the money that you expect to earn from something, and it doesn't work out. You have to cut your losses, get as much back as you can while the market is still kind of ballooned out. And then, because after Christmas, that balloon starts deflating. And I'll tell you what, the sales volume just tanks, right? So if you're selling at a clip, like let's say you got an item and you're deep on it, and you're selling at a clip all the way up to Christmas, guaranteed that's going to change after the holiday. Guaranteed, the sales volume is going to get cut in half at least. And so whatever you're doing prior to that holiday is going to change. You need to be prepared for that. You need to be ready. In my opinion, you need to get rid of all of your Christmas stuff well before Christmas, right? And be prepared to sell. Like, for example, this is a tip. I'm gonna drop this right now. December 1st, I'm purchasing for January. Does that make sense? By December 1st, Taylor knows that he is buying for January, February, not December, right? We all got to realize that. Do not buy for Q4 through December. You can, and even that first week, right? You can get it and drop it in, and we might do a little bit, but it needs to be good. It needs to look like it's going to hold all the way to that week before Christmas, if I'm going to ship anything in early December. Otherwise, it's January buying in December, right? And that's a whole different ballgame.
Yeah. Yeah, so you guys are buying through the season. So that's the purpose. There's more that goes into this cookie, as you can tell. So we want to help you guys with that, and we'll probably have some additional training and support through the new year. And I want to show you guys a demo. How many of you guys would like to just see a demo of the list? Type a yes or a heck yes. We'll skip through. I got one more slide, and then we can just jump in and show you the list that's being built. Okay, yes, you guys are. I like you guys. You're straight shooters, my kind of people. So let's just do this real quick, Grant. We have a second offer, and then I'll pull the list up. This is for y'all that are balling on a budget. So we have the Black Friday offer, comes with everything. And then offer 2 is for the list only. Okay, when I say list only, that's all the list. So the Black Friday list that we're compiling, the Cyber Monday list, and the Black Friday bonus list, which is another OA list. These are unique online arbitrage leads that are not on any of our Cheddar lists. So this is coming directly from our overflow. So essentially, guys, we took all the leads that we have in our lead vault. We keep a reserve for the list each week to protect make sure all of our lists are full. But we're basically draining the tank for you guys and giving you everything we got for Q4. You're welcome. We have the team's been working overtime for you guys. Grant and I have been working overtime because I know this is your crunch time season. So easily a $700 value. I believe last year, I had to look at our records. We had a couple different lists. We had a green list and a red list last year, and I believe they're like $350 each. We had a couple other lists too. We've done different bundles this year. This year, we wanted to make it totally no-brainer so that anybody, if you're a beginner or a veteran, it's a totally no-brainer investment for your business for $299. So it's like the deal of a century. This is our Black Friday list only. So you can get the bundle and get the coaching and everything together, or you can get the list only. And the way that you do this, I wish you could buy it right now. I would open it up for you guys, but you got to wait for one day. Friday, tomorrow, November 16th at 1 p.m. Central. Write this down. Mark this on your iPhone calendar, your Android, your Galaxy, your Note, your flip phone, your Sidekick, whatever you're balling on these days.
Tell your wife.
Tell your wife to tell you. That's a bad joke for men. Tomorrow, Friday, November 16th, 1 p.m. Central. What you're going to do at that time? It's like pre-booking on Southwest on your airline. Set a reminder 5 minutes before, and at the top of the hour, our page is programmed to go live at oacheddar.com/Black Friday. It's easy peasy. So you can go to that page now. It will take you to a waiting page. You can't buy it. Tomorrow we will flip it live. So without further ado, that's the call to action. Grant, let me just go ahead and pop over here and see if y'all want to just see the list. Yes, please. Show me the money, says Gary.
I want to throw this out there too. Just so you guys know, it's 55 people, period, right? We're not having 55 of the bonus of the bundle package and then another 55 of just the list. It's 55, period, right? So no more than 55 people will see these leads. And that means there's 38 of you guys on here, right? And that are watching live. That means that a lot more are going to watch the recording. This is going to sell out. There are going to be some sad people, right? So be fast. When Gabe says a schedule and be ready, we're not saying that as like a hype thing. That is literally, this is going to sell out very fast. We don't want you to be sad. It sucks that we can't offer it to more people, but we got to have some standards, and we're going to hold those firm.
We're telling you guys first. We're telling you guys first because we love you guys. We want to hook you up. What Grant's saying is true. Every list we've ever offered has sold out. Every single list is sold out, and this is a special one, and we made this one a no-brainer. So let's just walk through this. I expect this one to go quick, probably within like 5 or 10 minutes, I'm expecting. So we will see tomorrow, but you guys mark your calendar. So Grant, you want to walk us through? There's a lot of questions coming in here as what's the percent? First question with these lists. I'm going to give you guys a quick tour, and then we're going to answer your questions about the details of these lists and show you what's building. First off, these leads are real time. Okay, so our team is building this list as we speak. What you're looking at is a preview sheet. When you buy the list, you will get the actual sheets. We've obviously hid the information for these sheets for obvious reasons. We can't let everybody see this. Grant, you mentioned the live. Most people watch the recordings, so we've got 500 people in the group now. I expect a couple hundred people will watch this. So this is the list. We broke it down from Black Friday list. We broke down the Cyber Monday list, which this will get populated next. And then we broke out the bonus list. And this bonus list.
I want to throw this out here, Gabe, real quick. This is Black Friday leads. The bonus list right here is Black Friday leads. They're just not as juicy as the stuff that's on the primary doc. But there's still some stuff in here. The other thing is, and I'm just going to throw this out here real quick before you go forward. For those of you who get the $500 package, I got something special for you. If you want to do RA, I got a special list of Walmart leads, right, that we are buying right now, that we're selling for this season. We're selling them now, and we're preparing to sell them for a lot more here in the next couple weeks. You guys, if you buy the $500 package, I'm going to hook you up. Like, this is, Gabe doesn't know about it. This is a surprise for Gabe too.
This is an extra, I did not know about this. This is an extra unannounced bonus. Tell me about this secret RA. This is a list you guys are buying from now.
We weren't really sure what to do with RA leads this year, and so we did compile a lot of data. We've shared that with a very exclusive group of people who have paid a lot of money for coaching in the past. But we all, to be honest with you guys, I'm gonna do something special. So for those of you who get the $500 package, I'm gonna hook you up. We're gonna take some of the best of the best, the stuff that we're buying right now, some of the best brands that are out there right now, brand new brands that are in the market that never been there before. that are starting. Amazon's starting to go out of stock. All kinds of fun stuff is happening. So I'm gonna hook you up with that too. So get the $500 package if you really want the hookup.
Now, dude, you're getting me excited. I love this time of year. It's like, I don't know, something fun about it, dude. It's basketball season starting up. It's snowing outside. Black Fridays. It's just a good Thanksgiving. It's a good time of year. My birthday is on the 28th. I love November.
Mine's the 3rd.
So so it's our birthday month. I didn't know that. We got more in common than I realized. So we'll call this the premium. This is the premium Walmart cheddar that you guys are doing RA. So a couple questions. Fired up, man. First question, Don, will the list be available right away after purchase? Answer, yes. You'll get a link, an instant link. The system usually sends an email within 5 minutes. You might get an email sooner with a direct link to access the list. You can file, save, copy, and download it and save it to your Google Drive instantly, and you'll have it. So, Grant, you want to, I'll answer some other questions. Do you want to walk us through the Black Friday list is being built? So you want to walk us through the list? The other another question we had is about the, first off, you had me fired up, man. Where on this list is retail arbitrage buys and where are online? How do you guys know? How do you apply that right off the bat?
Yeah, that's a good question. One of the things that I've noticed in the ads is it says for some of the stores that not all Black Friday items will be available online, right? But some will, and they don't really say which are which. So I think you kind of have to, I mean, theoretically, these should all be in the store because they are part of the Black Friday ads, right? So we're going through the leaked ads and doing our best to match up pictures and titles with ASINs, okay? That's essentially what we're doing. And then, but again, we aren't gonna know, unfortunately, what exactly is gonna be available online. What I would say is go through the leads, figure out the stuff that you really want to buy that you think, oh, that's great right there. I want that. Be ready to buy that stuff. Be on the computer on Wednesday when those sales kick off. Maybe even Thursday morning or something, depending on the store, and just be ready to go find those listings. We do have a link. Okay, so we have a link to every Amazon listing. We have a link to every source URL, right? So it is available on the site. It just may not be for sale, right? It may not have the discount on the site, and you might have to be forced to buy that through the store.
Right. Okay. So you'll get both. So it's a good idea when you get these lists. We're giving them to you. We're publishing these on Friday, so that's a week before Black Friday. So you've got a week before the actual day, and then, like I said, we'll have a training call for those of you that invest in our Black Friday bundle package on Tuesday before. The key is to get this list right away, study it, and make it part of your plan. Decide what you guys like. A lot of these products will not be discounted yet because we've scraped the list. Right. And they're all across the board. I mean, we've got ROIs from 46% to 116% to 98% to the base hit 22%, 30%. So they're all across the board. Net profits. This is a juicy one here from Target. Aren't you guys curious what this Target lead is? There's the hints. That's all I can say. Selling for $300 online, and sometimes these prices go wonky, Grant. So what do you guys see? These are prices that we're pulling. Is this prices that are as of today? Where's the team getting these selling prices from?
Yeah, so they're getting the cost obviously from the ads. They're getting the selling price from the current data on Amazon. Okay. Right. So all this data is basically what's on Amazon now. And just so you guys know, we'll have the team go through and update all the data again, probably early next week, like Monday. And then we'll go do another final sweep, actually, we might just wait until Tuesday. We'll do like a full update on all the data that's available on Tuesday and kind of update the sheet. Just so you know, the Cyber Monday, there's 3 tabs as you can see. The Black Friday list, the Cyber Monday list is empty. Why? Because the ads aren't available yet, right? And to our understanding and the research we've done is we're not going to get access to those until the Saturday after Black Friday, right? So all of Saturday and Sunday, our team is going to be working through the weekend to develop that Cyber Monday list, right? They're working overtime. And then again, the bonus list, you guys, is the same type of stuff. It's coming from the ads. It's Black Friday ads leads, but it is stuff that just isn't quite as attractive as the stuff you see on the main dock, on the main tab.
So the bonus leads is still good quality cheddar, as we call. There's still good cheddar in here. I'm looking at these net profits, $6, $69, $8, $31 bills, $16 bills. I mean, there's still good cheddar in here. They just didn't make the standard. So what was the standard that you guys are pulling from? Like, we have the cheddar standard in general. Do they have the same criteria for this list, or what was the team pulling from?
It's roughly the same. We weren't really sure if we should be more strict or not. So our lead guy, who is, he's definitely the most advanced and experienced on the team. What he's doing is he's filtering all of the data. So we have 2 team members that are compiling the data, right? They're taking all the stuff from the ads, trying to find matches and sticking that in there. And then Kishi and another team member, Eileen, they're both going through and basically vetting the data and deciding if it goes on the premium list or the bonus list. You'll see here, like, for example, our Cheddar Standard is it has to be above 40% ROI, and it has to have at least a $4 profit. However, you're going to see some of the main leads have like a $4 ROI or net profit and a 30% ROI, right? Which technically isn't a Cheddar Standard. Taylor and I are still going to go through this ourselves as well here in like the next, probably today or tomorrow. And we may be pulling some of the stuff off of the Black Friday list and moving it over to the bonus list, just depending on our own personal opinion, and vice versa. We may look at the bonus list and find some leads we need to move over to the primary list. There's a lot to go through. So if you're going to spend any time on Black Friday, right, the whole idea is that all you should have to do is go through this data and create a plan, right? And then execute. We don't want you to have to basically do this work that you see on this sheet. And just so you guys know, what you're looking at on the screen right now, this preview, is a heck of a lot smaller than what I'm looking at over here on the actual list. It is being built by the hour, right? Kohl's has over 15 leads on the main page. Walmart's growing. Target's huge. We have Best Buy has over 10 leads. We have at least 1 lead for Kmart, JCPenney's, 2 leads for GameStop, and even Fred Meyer's on there, which is a Northwest store. So we're going through everything, right? We're going to try to hit every store. Lowe's will get added. If Home Depot, we'll do the best we can to put every major outlet on this sheet. If it's a good lead, you're going to see it.
Dude, I love it. But the sheet's alive, you guys. It's being built as we speak. This is real time. What you guys are seeing is the preview list. The actual list will be delivered. You'll get instant access to it on Friday when you buy at 1 p.m. Central. This is why it's important, guys. And I keep saying that, so mark that calendar. I want to highlight something here real quick, Grant. Here you mentioned some video games. I'm looking here on the Walmart list, and I see there's a whole slew of video games here. And these things, $10 bills, $7 bills, $11 bills, $5 bills. I mean, this is good money. $10 bills, $17 bills, lightweight video games, unrestricted for everybody. So one question we got, Grant, and we don't have a category here, and we get this with all of our lists. So let me just address the elephant in the room with category and product restrictions and gatings. So how will somebody know what categories they're approved to sell in and which ones they aren't? Because this list essentially is a mixed list. So what are your thoughts on the category gatings and how you'd approach that?
Again, you're going to want to do the research at your computer before you ever go to the store or even try to purchase anything. So if it was me, I might take this data from the list, put it into like another doc maybe, and then go through each lead and go to the add a product page, dump the ASIN in there and see if I'm restricted on that ASIN or not. And I'd probably do it on an ASIN level, right? Because just because you're unrestricted on a category doesn't mean that you can sell an ASIN, right? So check each ASIN, especially if you like it. So maybe that would be what you do first, right? Well, no, I would check each ASIN first because that's the fastest way to narrow down your list, right? So then you're just looking at the stuff that you are able to sell. Of course, you can try to get approved, but eliminate the stuff you can't sell right away.
So the short answer is there's no way for us to organize this for you because everyone's account is different. Otherwise, we'd have the team do that. We try and take as much of the heavy lifting. What you can do is take this list as like raw material, as Grant mentioned, in the ASIN category here, go through and or have your VA, or if you do everything on yourself, go through in advance, sit down, do your homework, okay? Go through and check each ASIN and see which categories you're allowed to sell. And I would just highlight those rows as either green for go, maybe red for not. And then just find out in advance what you're good for and help to build your plan, which stores you're going to hit. Again, with Target, things maybe you're going to have to be a little sneaky. So Walmart, you guys can go in and clean shop. Walmart doesn't care about reseller. You can give them your reseller certificate. At Kohl's and Target, Grant, would you use your reseller certificate, or do you not pull that out and just kind of do it sneakily?
Yeah, if you pull that out, they're going to ask you to hit the road.
Yeah, so don't do that. You are not a reseller at Target and Kohl's. You are a mere shopper with lots of nieces and nephews, okay? Lots of Christmas presents. That's my canned response. I'm a man of my word. Don't want to tell a fib, but just say I'm giving away lots of, they're for Christmas presents for kids because it's true, because I'm going to sell them on Amazon and it's going to go to some happy little kid's house somewhere in the middle of Nebraska because I did my job. So that just a fair warning. We want to prepare you guys for this. And again, we're going to cover more of the details on our bonus training webinar. So again, for the Black Friday package, those of you guys that get our Black Friday bundle, today is the 15th. Cart opens tomorrow, the 16th at 1 p.m. Next Tuesday, the 20th, November 20th, will be our pre-Black Friday training webinar. And this will be for Black Chat members only. You guys will be in there. We'll give you a special link for that. Black Friday starts Wednesday, the 21st. There's online arbitrage deals you can pull out. Thursday, Thanksgiving Day, after the turkey settles in that evening, the RA will start, the retail arbitrage. Friday, Black Friday, more RA and OA the weekend, and then Cyber Monday is here on the 26th. And then we will have our second Black Chat training call, private webinar. It'll be similar to this. We'll either use this or Zoom, and we'll have a celebration called to Celebrate Your Success and talk about next steps throughout the season. So that is the schedule. Again, if you guys want this, save the date for tomorrow. This is like a special community-only deal. We're promoting it. You guys got to hear about this. The top secret group heard about this, and that's it. Once we hit 55 on Friday, it's closed out. If you guys have been around our list, you know that when they sell out, they sell out. Rarely do we have spots open. So if you wanted extra leads, if you want to supplement your inventory this Q4, if you want to go make an extra pile of cheddar, this is really the last opportunity that we have planned for leads this year. We may have some smaller chunks that come out throughout the end of the year, but this is like prime time. And we wanted to give you the best stuff we had, and so that's what's happening. So, Grant, let me see if we got any questions, man. That's the deal. Jen says, happy birthday early. Gary Spring, he's excited about the Walmart cheddar. So do you want to repeat, just clarify, there's 3 lists we're giving, plus there's a 4th bonus list, and an unannounced list. You want to clarify, man, what's on your super secret Walmart list that I just found out about?
Yeah, so I mean, you guys, we've been spending gobs and gobs and gobs and gobs of money at Walmart on one particular line, for example. I bet you we've invested close to $15,000, probably more, on one brand, like 4 different, 6 or 7 different items in that brand line, and we've been selling them, and they do good year after year. And then there's a lot of other leads, you guys, stuff right at the toy shelf. A lot of this will be toys, just so you know. And we're just, what we've done throughout the October and November, obviously, is scanned everything at Walmart, right? Taylor's killing it over there. And so we're looking at all of the hot toys that have come out this season that we've never seen before, especially if they're electronic, big tip there. And we scan them, and we've already been purchasing them, sending them in. Some of them are items that Amazon is in stock on, but they're selling so fast within like the top 50 in the toy category, and Amazon's having a hard time staying in stock, and currently they're starting to just go out of stock as we speak. And so those leads are starting to blossom, while other leads we've been selling for a profit all season. So
it's like a flower. Are these mostly toys, or what categories are you guys in?
Primarily toys.
Toys?
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
So let me talk about this real quick, and then if you guys have some specific questions, we'll hang out for just a couple minutes, and then we're going to wrap up for the day. We've both got busy days, so we got to get back to. I know you're busy, but I want to take an opportunity to connect with you guys. Grant, this toy category, I want to throw this out there before we end up. It wouldn't be fair if we didn't talk about toys. Years past, you guys have been huge in Toys R Us. In fact, last year we had 2 lists specifically just for Toys R Us, because you guys know how big toys are. In the Q4 with kids and stuff. I've done well with toys in the past, and I don't sell nearly the volume that Grant does. There's fathers out there, and I'm learning. We have a new daughter that will spend anything to have a special kind of doll show up for their daughter, and it has to be there on Christmas, right? Here's a little clue. How Toys R Us closed, man. This is a big change in our industry. They closed their retail stores. There's been rumors going around about them opening up ToysRUs.com. That means they had a lot of the toy volume. What do you think is going to happen this year with all that toy, the supply from Toys R Us being closed? What's going to happen to the toy demand? Where do you think it's going to go?
Yeah, there's a lot of unknown, and Taylor and I have been kind of going back and forth with our opinion on that for a while now. Obviously, that market share doesn't go away overnight, right? So,
Right.
whatever Toys R Us was acquired, owned in terms of market share, has obviously shifted over to the Walmarts and the Amazons and the Targets of the world. And what we've seen is really, honestly, phenomenally, full toy shelves, right, at Walmart and also at even Ross. For example, Ross Dress for Less. Yeah, there's a lot of toys at Ross Dress for Less that make good money. Now, granted, we do have this, special thing where we get to sell most things, so one of the major brands right now that we're buying a lot of at Ross is Nerf guns. You guys, it's crazy amount of Nerf guns we're finding at Ross. So that's an option there. There's obviously action figures that we're selling from Ross. So, if you're not in the toy department at Ross and you're hearing this, you might as well, go there and start scanning stuff, because there's absolutely toy inventory there.
So you're seeing the demand, and this was kind of what I figured would happen. Let me pull back my slides here, the preview list. I figured this would kind of happen, that the demand's going to get pushed out into other areas. Didn't realize. Why don't you tell me my head was cut off the whole webinar? I had the slides up. So all that demand from, pull this up here, from Toys R Us is going to spread out. Walmart, Target, and Amazon. I think those are a good prediction for the 3 areas that they're going to come to. And you're finding it even at Ross and the discount stores. So it's going to, the toys are going to show, people aren't going to not buy toys this year. They're just going to get them. They're changing their buying habits. And so I think a lot of the stuff we'll see in other stores. So that's cool.
Well, those manufacturers, they can't, they lost Toys R Us as a distributor or as a seller. They need to keep selling their product too. They can't have their business get, 30% of it cut out at the ankles, either. So, you have to imagine that, if I was the corporate Ross or the corporate of any major retail store, I would have been contacting those manufacturers immediately and saying, look, I know you lost Toys R Us. Let me help you fill the gap, right? I want to sell your stuff in my store. And so I kind of think that's because I remember at Toys R Us, I noticed that a lot of toys at Toys R Us were older. And so I kind of think that that's what a lot of the toys that Toys R Us was acquiring was the stuff that maybe didn't sell out. Maybe they produced X amount and it just didn't sell out. And so then it was at Toys R Us, and we'd have those toys. We'd just be clearing shelves all season long. They were, on Amazon, maybe 600 days old. Right. So, they'd been around for a couple of years and the price was just going like this. That means they're not producing it anymore. Right. So I feel like that inventory has been found at Ross. Right. That inventory is being distributed to even Burlington. We found toys at Burlington that we never used to find. Burlington Coat Factory. It's not called that, but it's called Burlington. Dude, there's toys there. It's a pain in the butt because they put stickers over their UPCs, and Taylor goes in there and gets a sticky fingernail because he peels them back. But
the sticky fingernail, that's a funny joke. These are reasons we hang out in a Facebook group like Cheddar, because you can't tell Aunt Edna that you got a sticky fingernail, and she's gonna look at you funny. Jamie had a question. She said, can you please clarify, will you guys be selling a Walmart specific list? So to clarify, this super secret list we're talking about that Grant decided to do a double bonus and add to is only available for those of you that take us up on the Black Friday bundle. So the $500 package that comes with the coaching. So instead of getting 3 lists, you'll get a 4th extra bonus list. That's Grant's premium Walmart Cheddar leads. And these are leads that you are buying right now. So you don't have to wait till Black Friday. In fact, come tomorrow when the card opens, you'll be able to get this list and go in. And can you start buying from this stuff right away, Grant?
Absolutely.
Is this real time?
Yeah, absolutely.
Cool. So that's to clarify. We're not going to be selling them all this super secret list. This isn't going to be another Cheddar. This is just we just want to sweeten the pot and make this no-brainer, guys. I mean, take this at a minimum. You should make a couple grand benefiting this. Grant, what do you guys expect to make this Q4? You guys are investing pretty heavily. What do you think you guys are going to pull out this year?
With the sales increasing to 150 grand, which is what I do expect for, 300 grand. I don't think my margin's going to get hit too much, but let's just say that's a 20% margin. Then we would make about 60,000. That's on the low side of 60,000 between those 2 months in gross profit.
So gross profit, so you pay your salary out of that, you pay taxes out of that, you pay for your team out of that, so you guys can do the rough numbers on the net. So you guys will pick up a extra 50, 60 grand this season. So for $500, you get to glean off of Grant's. He's going to make 50K off this information. He could have been selfish and just kept it all to himself, but in the spirit of generosity, we wanted to share with you guys and bless you and help bring as many of you along. So here's a recap on the Black Friday funnel, and then I got one more question. You get all the lists, the Black Friday list that we showed you, the Cyber Monday list that we showed you, the Black Friday bonus list, and then a fourth list that you don't see here, which is Grant's Premium Walmart Cheddar list. Can't get that anywhere else, not for sale anywhere else. You're also going to get the group coaching, which will be 2 Black Friday calls, one happening next Tuesday, November 20th at 2 p.m. Eastern. It'll be a webinar, and then that's a pre-Black Friday call, and then a post-Black Friday call the following Tuesday, November 27th. Outside of this group, most of our other coaching groups are $5-10 grand to get into, and a $500 to $1,000 monthly. We're making this like no-brainer, easy for anybody. One-time payment for $4.99, and as part of this, as we mentioned, you're also going to get the Black Chat. This is our other unannounced bonus, so it's a $200 a month value. You get it for free. It'll give you unlimited 24/7 access to our inner circle, if you will, from right now today all the way through January of 2019. We're going to run you through the new year, and then if you guys like this service, we may end up rolling this out as a type of coaching service in the future, but we wanted to give it to you guys as a gift as part of this package. So you get all that stuff for $4.99. And if you're balling on a budget and you guys are watching the replay and you're like, hey, this sounds good, don't want the coaching or Black Chat or the extra Walmart list, I just want the core list, you can grab those for $2.99. So it's a no-brainer. So Paul had a question here, and I appreciate you. Jamie, thanks for asking. Paul said, when you guys are scanning toys now for December, do you project a given percent increase or decrease in selling price compared to the price now for December, or do you just use the current selling price?
Absolutely. There's no way we could spend the amount of money we spend right now on RA if we weren't looking at, if we weren't predicting the storm that's on its way, right? But what we like to see is early signs. That's what we're looking for, right? Early signs of something selling for significantly more than what its normal retail price is. So just so you know, when I go to Walmart, we're spending all this money at full price retail, believe it or not. We're looking at items that, yes, Amazon's on, but we expect them to go out of stock, or they're already showing signs that they can't hold inventory. We're also looking at the shelves, right? How full is the shelves? Are we starting to notice that this inventory is hard to find? If it starts to become hard to find, that's also a good sign, right? So we're just looking at these are all things we're going to talk about on the calls and stuff for those of you that buy the $500 package. But yeah, so it's just a lot of scanning, and then it's a lot of scanning the same item over and over and over again. Literally, Taylor will go to a Walmart, he'll scan an item for that day, and then he might scan it the same exact items the following day to see if something has changed, right? He's out 4 days a week, so constantly reevaluating, talking about, between each other, talking about what leads are doing. He's calling me, get on the computer, take a look at these, look at this particular item. Amazon's starting to go out of stock on every variation. Oh, that's a good sign. Oh, and here's another big tip. If Amazon's going out of stock, here's a big one. Okay, this will tell you if something's going to sell for so much more than what it normally retails at. For example, a $15 toy, for example, selling for 50 or 60 bucks. Here's how you know that might happen. Amazon's going out of stock, and their rank is in the top 50 when Amazon's in stock. But when Amazon comes out, it doesn't dip below 500 rank. And people are buying it for 30 bucks, a $15 toy for 30, 35 bucks. Right then, this is a hot item, and people are going to overpay for it. That's a key, right? So we're looking at that type of stuff. And then we're just very carefully, methodically purchasing inventory. I'm not going to lie. We bought some inventory that landed in the garage that, I had the team take back, right? Because I wasn't super happy about it. Didn't feel like the timing was right yet. And those were good decisions to this day. But other stuff, we're buying very, very early. This is obviously through the month of November. We set it here on this table, and we waited and we watched and we waited and we watched. Okay, send it in, right? And so, and then at this point now in the game, we pretty much have an idea of the plays we're making. And that's really what it is. It's like a football game, right? You're just making play after play after play, right? Sometimes you get 1 yard. Sometimes you run all the way through the end zone. And other times you get set back 5 yards. That's this game, right? Think of this as a football game, right? You're not always going to move forward on every single play or every single move you make, every single line of product you purchase. The idea is to have a very wide spread of good predictions, right? If you're going to do the prediction game, a very nice spread of it based on your budget and your cash flow. right? And then you can start to go a little deeper on the stuff that starts to really show up. Okay, ooh, go buy more of those. Boom, 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 boom. Go buy more of those. Boom, boom, boom. You know, and then the other things too. Like there are toys out there, you guys. That if you look at the data, if you go find the last year's version of that same item, you'll notice that what happens. There's this new fad in toys. I don't know if this is like a new fad or if it's just something I'm noticing now because I've been in the industry for a while. That toys are coming out, these new brands that are coming out, everything's limited edition. Everything is. Why are they doing that? Why are they doing that? To make their toys replenishable, right? And they're making it collectible. It's collectible and it's limited edition. Well, what does that force people to think about doing? Oh, I got to have the blue one and the green one and the yellow one and the brown one. And it doesn't matter if the brown one's $50 and I paid 20 for all the other ones. I got to have the brown one because that's part of my collection, right? Or for that matter, or I got to get the brown one now or I got to get this doll, right? I'll just tip, right? I got to get this 18-inch doll right now because they're not in stock and they're also limited edition, right? I can tell you right now, there's a doll out there that, you know, if you look at last year's version, right now it's selling for $195. It's a $35 doll from Walmart last year, right? We sold a ton of them, like 100 of them through December last year, right? Today, that same doll, because it's an exclusive limited edition, right? That same doll is selling for $195. You want to talk about some serious ROI? There's some long-term holds in this game, you guys. No joke. With this new toy thing that's coming out and the way they're doing stuff, buy, hold, and wait. If you really want, like, if you got the cash, like I told my brother, I was talking about him about this. Like, dude, if I had if I was at investor level business, right? Because I want to get to that point someday, is investor level business, I'd be investing in these items right here that I know are not going to be made after this year and hold them for like 12 months and then sell them for like a 200, 300, 400% ROI, right? It's there. It's crazy.
Nick Cotter says, Grant is pumped. 3 exclamation. You guys, you don't get this. Grant, you live this stuff. You breathe it. This is like it's second nature to you. But if you guys want to just, this is why I love working with you. You guys get to benefit from Grant. So if you guys want to geek out with this stuff, I'm curious on, you gave probably too many clues, Grant, on that $35 doll from Walmart. So that lead, is that on the Walmart Cheddar list?
Yes. And we're still waiting to see it, blossom like we've talked about. But it's the same thing, another limited edition to this year's version. So,
all right, one more question, but before we do, guys, this is what the Black Friday sales looks like. Go to oacheddar.com/Black Friday, type it in, it'll redirect to this URL. This video you're watching will be appearing right here. So if you're watching the replay, this is somewhat of inception. When this countdown timer hits 0, so this is tomorrow, Friday, November 16th, 1 p.m. Central, the list will open. Here's the Black Friday bundle. We have both options, and this button currently is set to go to the waiting list, the waiting page. We don't have a waiting list, so the waiting page. So what will happen tomorrow is when you come back here, this button will reprogram. It will go to the checkout page, and you can choose option A or option B. Our Black Friday bundle will give you everything we talked about. It's the most value. I want all 55 of you to sign up for the bundle. I want to fill up the Black chat and have an awesome Q4 and help you have the best Q4 of your life. That's why we build this. And we wanted to make this no-brainer. Fair warning, guys. Was it 2 years ago, we did something called the Lead Vault. And it was, we offered this to the community. This was before OA Cheddar. This was in the top secret group. And we offered it for, I have to go back and check. It was north of $1,000. It was like $1,100, $1,200, or $1,500. And I believe you're getting more leads today and more value. And we just keep, over the years, we keep getting more and more generous, maybe a little more crazy. And I just wanted to make, in the spirit of Black Friday, we didn't want to do some big fancy package. We wanted to give you like a $2,000 package and give it to you for less than $500 and really let you steal the leads. And full transparency. Out of the kindness of Grant's heart, he has made these leads available. Even the special list that Grant is offering, guys, is not available anywhere else on the internet, this exclusive Walmart list. And Grant, you could easily keep this to yourself and just go pick up an extra $5,000, $10,000, $12,000 from these products this year, but you want to be generous and give it to you guys. So that's an extra bonus you get. So that's how the game's going to play. How many of you guys are excited? I'm curious. We've got most all of you that are still on the webinar. I'm curious, as a head count, how many of you guys are in for the Black Friday special this year, and we'll be ready on Friday. Go ahead and jump in the chat. It sounds awesome. Sign me up, says Paul. Nick is pumped. Don is in. Awesome, Don. I am full in. Gary Springs in the house. Awesome. Jen in for the bundle. Cannot wait. We are excited as well. Cliff O'Connor, I'm in. Super excited. Kai, what's up, Kai? Sandra Brooks says I'm in. So awesome. We are very excited. So that's what's going down. Grant, we get to wrap up though, brother. I've got to get out of the house and get the baby. We've got a lunch date, and I know you've got some work to do today, and the team's busy at work today. Anything in closing, man, you want to share? I know the team's been hard at work really the last couple of weeks, pulling all this data together. It's taking, I mean, if you guys were to go do the work yourself, you could go get all the leaked leads. You got to go find 20 or 30 different pamphlets on the internet of product offerings. You got to probably spend, what would you say, Grant, 20 to 30 hours scanning the products, something like that?
We have 2 people right now all week long and part of last week full-time going through ads. Some of these ads are extensively long and a lot of filtering process. You got to realize this isn't as simple as just copying like the title of the item and doing like a context menu search and searching it on Amazon. It's not like that. It's all manually typing in the names because we're looking at an ad, a print ad, right? So you got maybe probably 2 screens is my guess is how they're doing it. And you're typing that title in. Okay, can I find this item? All right, does that picture match the item I'm finding on Amazon? Okay, can I find the listing on Walmart? Okay, I think that's it right there.
I'm done.
It's crazy.
Right, you lost me. I'm done. Ain't nobody got time for that, Grant. Listen, I got to make some money. I ain't got time for scanning that kind of stuff. Let's just make some money. So if you're like me and you just want to skip and you want the down and dirty, the result, buy the list, get the result, and then post in the group and tell us how much money you made, and let us celebrate your wins for you guys. So awesome. Grant, thank you, brother. Cliff says he killed it last year. 1,700 video games, Grant. Cliff O'Connor. Cliff, where are you from, man? I'm curious. So he knows the video game hustle. You guys, that's a big tip at the beginning of the webinar we shared with you guys. So if you take anything from today, that tip alone, go run with it.
Yeah, that's amazing.
So, cool. Hey, we had a couple people come in late asking about the recording. We're going to wrap up. It usually takes a couple hours for the recording to render, and I will publish it to the group as soon as it's live. You guys can watch the recording if you missed it or want to go back and study the strategy. And then come tomorrow, set the reminder for Friday, November 16th, 2018 at 1 p.m. Central. That's 2 p.m. Eastern, 1 p.m. Central, 12 noon Mountain, 11 a.m. Pacific for the Wenatchee folks on the West Coast. And this page at oacheddar.com/Black Friday, just drop the link in there, will go live and this button will open. So be ready for that. And I want to be the first to welcome you guys to the Black chat. Very excited about that. And hope you guys have an awesome day. Grant, thank you. And make sure to send a special thank you to Taylor and Charles for working so hard this year for you guys. And then to Kishi and the whole Cheddar team, our sourcing agents, for all the hard work, man. Make sure you pass along our thanks to those guys because they're the real heroes of this, doing the work so we can pass that savings on to you guys. So I appreciate all the hard work, man.
Yeah, absolutely, man. It's my pleasure, and I appreciate you too. It's a team effort, and there's a bunch of us that are working hard to get this done. I want to thank the community, you guys. Like, sometimes I sit down and I'm like, how could I be so blessed, right, to serve such a large community of amazing people who are grateful, who like to buy our products. Not only that, but we have a team in the Philippines who I absolutely adore. I could get emotional thinking about it. That's how grateful I am. So thank you for being a part of the community. Thank you guys for trusting us. We do this. We work really hard to make sure that we provide what we promised, right, and more. So hopefully that's how you all feel about it. And if we ever fall short, I give you permission to reach out and let us know that we're falling short. We will adjust if you're right. So, but we do love you guys. Thank you so much. The one thing I want to throw out real quick, currently, oacheddar.com/Black Friday goes to a 404 not found page. My guess is we're going to have our team redirect, right? That's going to be a redirect URL. If you look at that link see what you got over there, bud. Okay, yours automatically redirects. Okay, something's wrong with my situation. Okay.
Well, the team, that's the link, guys. It'll set to go live tomorrow. So if you're seeing a URL redirect, it'll be live by tomorrow. For some reason, it's working on my end. So there's a little tech thing there we'll have the team look at. But I'm glad you said that, guys. I echo everything. Grant just got a little authentic, a little more authentic. We are super grateful for you guys. We have an awesome community. We're so happy that Cheddarville is growing. We want to thank you guys for all the referrals. And consider this our Black Friday pre-Christmas gift to you guys. So take this list, apply it, go make a bunch of money, have Christmas paid for, have extra, have abundance, have plenty. And let's go into the new year with some momentum. And here's one of the keys. I'll leave you guys with this. This is the last little nugget. We've been through Q4 several years now, and every year the same thing happens, Grant. I get this like anxiety because I'm like, I don't want to miss the boat. Okay, so we made this list to give you guys the cheat codes. I want you guys to take and think about the next like 5 to 10 years in your business. Okay, and when you do this, it takes the pressure off and it gives you peace, the peace that passes understanding. Grant and I are both believers, and so this is a big part of why we do. And so there's always next year to do things. The key is to get better than you were the person last year, to be better than the person you were yesterday. So whether it's your first Q4 or your fourth or fifth Q4, or we've got some veterans in the group. It's like their fifth or sixth. In Amazon years, 5 years is like 20 years in corporate America. It moves so fast. Just get better than you were last year. But we are grateful for you guys. We appreciate you guys for being in the community. Appreciate you guys being on all of the Cheddar lists, and it means the world to us to serve you guys. So we promise to do our best and to give you guys more good stuff coming into the new year. So you're welcome, Jen. Blessings to you guys. Have a great day. Grant, countdown. We'll see you tomorrow, big guy.
You bet, man. God bless you all in Jesus' name.
All right. We'll see you later.
See you.